Hi, I'm Zach Stewart.
Laura Hotchkiss.
And I'm Daniel Kvoras. On this podcast, we improvise in character as hosts of a morning radio show in a fictional country called the Driftwood Isles.
Everything we say is made up, and none of the events, people, or places are real.
It's that simple. Now enjoy this episode of Good Morning Driftwood.
Hello, good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Driftwood. With us, your host, I am Bench PerDiem, and with me in studio, as always, is Dirk Wiley.
Oh, hey there now.
And a Penelope MacGuffin.
Oh, now, hey there.
Well, hey.
Twisted it up, twisted and flipped
Turned it round. Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott.
Flip, twist.
But then flip it and
Reverse it.
Yep.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, we got there.
Ta-na-na-na. Anyway, good morning.
Bench
Welcome
knows
back.
the song.
I know the song. I was remembering it, and it took a while, and it was enjoyable radio content.
Got there.
We got there. Hey, we all did. It's one big family,
Mm-hmm.
as we are here. This lovely, beautiful morning here we have, and I hear a little tale that Dirk has a little tale to tell.
It's something I'm excited about, indeed.
A tale to tell.
A tale to tell. Ah, it's like one of Bench's tongue twisters that he loves so much.
I do love them.
Dirk Wiley.
Oh, that's quite a verbal drum roll to tee me up here. And, the Starlight City Beauty Company is starting a limited line of soaps, body washes, shampoos, and deodorants. They're calling Fondue Funk, and they're all cheese scented.
Oh, okay.
And they know how much citizens of Driftwood love their cheese, and they're capitalizing on this. It's also extremely cheap to produce because they're just harvesting the aroma that by distilling Driftwood's naturally occurring cheeses, which we've talked about on the program before. And citizens of Driftwood, as well as regular listeners to the show, they know about these naturally occurring cheeses on the Isles, some of which are boulders and rock formations, some of which is rain. It's all over the place cheese here. And, well, now you can wear that cheese and be refreshed by it in your morning and evening time shower and take it with you all day long.
Now, here's my question.
Yes.
You said cheese scented. That sounds to me like a cheese flavored product kind of thing where there isn't actually any cheese in it. It's just the scent of a cheese.
Oh, no, it's distilled from the cheese itself.
Okay, so there
sort
is
of like an
actual
extract.
cheese.
You know, like how you use mint leaves to get like a mint extract, like an essential oil type of thing.
Yes. But there is that, it's like 100% peanut butter.
Yes.
Like kind of.
Yeah, but it's distilled cheese. So it is extremely potent.
Wow.
If you take just like a slice of brie or blue cheese, that's just the cheese itself. Now imagine you take that and do science to it so that it's just like a tiny little vial of just the cheese essence and flavor, and that's what they put into the shampoos, deodorants, etc.
Genuinely sounds threatening.
Does it?
It's like the way that you said that there made me really
was it the
worried.
Science part?
I think it was your
You don't have to be afraid of
enthusiasm
science.
around the science part that made me wonder, are they creating a fragrance here or a bomb?
Yeah.
Like that's got me a little worried.
I also think
that
you were
sort of distillation in the wrong hands.
That's true.
Well,
Science does do that.
Science does do that. Also, you were making intense eye contact with the both of us while you were saying that. That probably added.
I feel passionately about it.
We can tell.
Yeah.
You.
But it is sort of a situation where science in the right hands, you know.
Yeah.
This is a powerful thing that they're doing here.
Dirk, have you invested in this again?
I wasn't going to say.
You've invested in
it is an endeavor that I am very financially involved in.
How many percent of the company?
Let's just say my entire financial future is riding on Fondue Funk.
Wow, you have so much money.
Yeah. They asked if I wanted to invest in the overall company, the Starlight City Beauty Company, which has they've been around for decades.
That would have made sense.
They're an institution here.
Tell me you did. Tell me you did.
Well, they asked if I could go all in and fully fund Fondue Funk.
Fully fund.
So you went for the cheese one rather than options across the. God, that's insane.
But if the cheese one does well, gangbusters for me.
Yeah, but you just had to explain it to us with a lot of science and make it make sense. Like, are you going to have to do that to a lot of people?
Do you think that cheese is not going to land with the citizens of Driftwood?
Can I say my concern with that?
Driftwoodians love cheese.
100%.
Sure.
Can I tell you my concern with that?
What's that?
That's a very common scent around the Isles.
Because of the boulders in the rain?
It's kind of everywhere. That's a very...
And also,
oversaturated.
Yeah.
you don't think, you want to go in the shower, you want to come out smelling, I don't know, like glamorous for your night out, not just like that cheese smelling field.
What's more glamorous than the most sophisticated of cheeses? What do
Must.
fancy people eat?
Oud.
Cheese.
They
Did you say food?
No. Oud. The scent.
The musical instrument?
One of them, like the smell of wooden
What is
things.
oud?
Like it's a scent.
Let's
like
put you on trial for a minute.
It's a
What is
genuine
oud?
thing. I can't describe
It's a
it.
musical
It's like a
instrument.
How do you
musky
spell it?
OUD.
How do you spell it?
I don't spell it because I don't know what that word is.
But like musky, we're talking
Okay.
sandalwoods. We're talking.
That sounds nice,
I don't.
but kind of weak aromas. Cheese.
Strong
smoky.
Power.
I don't know if that's what that's.
Cheese? Power.
Cheese. Power.
He's got a point there.
Look, just because he said two words in two slightly different ways, one with more intention, doesn't make it have a point.
The question is cheese? The answer, power.
The explanation is.
A great future for you and your
so
family.
you don't
Wait,
have
okay,
it. You don't.
can you-
What? What was
Penny-
I supposed to say there? That felt like
Man.
Penny, can you try to do the same thing about oud? Like put a...
good point. Let's put Penny back on trial.
Okay, oud is a scent that people enjoy.
You need
That's
to
not
say
the
the second
structure.
part
Okay,
like
but that's-
strongly.
no,
So
but that's
good
just
is
a
the
fact.
question. What is the
You
answer?
started well, yeah.
Oh, wait, are we doing Jeopardy rules?
No,
No.
The answer to cheese was power.
That was a
Uh-huh.
good pitch.
The
Okay,
answer
but
to
no, but-
oud is
Fragrance.
fragrances could be anything. It could be positive.
Can
It could be
you
negative.
say
It's
it
just a
more-
thing.
Yeah, fragrance could be
It's like a
negative.
sense of
Cheese
smell.
fragrance.
Can you say it more compellingly?
Power.
Bench, I cannot believe you're agreeing on this. This is the worst
I'm not.
financial decision
It's
he's made.
obvious
I'm-
Bench is on my side
This
here.
is the
There's
worst
very good
financial
arguments
decision he's
on both
made in the
sides.
past 10 days, which is saying something because the one 11 days ago was insane.
It was really
Which
bad.
one?
When you put all of your money into car stocks.
Yeah, people use cars all the time.
People do use cars all the time, but not Driftwood Isles one car manufacturer. There's like 3 people own those cars.
They're
okay,
very bad. They're
They're not
made
good
of wood. They're
cars.
not. They don't travel well.
they're practically boats. Okay,
They are basically
People love
convertible
boats here.
yeah, people
Yeah,
have boats here.
invest
But
in
Don't you want to
boats.
drive your boat into the water?
Yeah, in a boat, not as a car.
yeah, like, and if it was, I don't know, like,
I got to tell you,
It's like-
we've gotten the safety data since I told you about it. These things cannot handle crashes.
no,
They fall
There's
apart.
no
They're
airbag.
wooden.
They splinter into a million
yeah.
like spears, basically.
Because you
when you
made-
hit them, they just turn into just a shattering of spears
Yeah.
that
You
tear
made
you
them
to
using
pieces.
old-fashioned shipbuilding techniques.
Yeah.
That's not modern road safety.
We thought it would appeal to
techniques.
people. Be like, we use the oldest
Uh-huh.
wood from the oldest ships.
But hey, good on you for creating so many toothpicks. Okay,
It's
because
true. You made
like,
that money back on
you know-
toothpicks alone.
yeah, see, that's called rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if this doesn't work for these deodorants, I'm going to have a whole lot
Wait.
of cheese.
There's
Some
deodorant as
smells?
well? I thought this was just soaps.
It's everything.
It's a range.
Every type of toiletry or
a shower
or
gel,
Yeah, all of this.
soap, the sprays that just like
Shampoos.
scent, shampoos,
Yeah.
conditioners, your
Cover up.
leave-in conditioners.
cover up. You know, when you have your bathroom times and you're like, oh,
Yep.
someone can't walk in there. They're going to
Yep.
smell something stinky. You cover it up with the cheese smell.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, someone didn't just blow up
Okay.
this toilet. Someone just had a lovely cheese meal in the bathroom.
Just what kind of cheeses?
Any kind
does
you can
this come in?
imagine. We got blue. We got camembert. We got a brie.
You're starting with the worst smelling ones.
What are you talking about? What are the good smelling ones?
It's a good question. What are the
Yeah,
good smells?
honestly,
We've got
that
a
is a good
whole.
question.
We've
I
got a
don't-
whole
'Cause I
variety.
would
Camembert
argue-
is smooth.
I would argue some of
And
the
brie
cheeses
is as
just
well.
don't really smell. Like a
Yeah.
mozzarella to me doesn't really have a
Not
scent.
really.
But
Yeah.
Feta
then,
has a
That's-
little bit, but not really.
and then it feels like with cheese, you just go from doesn't smell to oh boy, not good.
Mhm.
Parm has a good,
Does it have a
Goodish.
smell?
little bit, not a lot.
Yeah, I think Parma has a smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do have mozzarella and cheddar as well. Cheddar is sort of the classic, We feel like a lot of old dads are going to like the cheddar one.
If you were to pick a favorite cheese.
Camembert.
No.
It's close to my heart.
Is that favorite cheese smell or favorite cheese to
Both. I want it in me and I want it on me.
I don't know if that should be the tagline.
I don't know.
Should
how
it?
to
I
read
just
think
said
it should be
it
the
genuine,
tagline.
like out
I
of
don't
my
know.
heart.
A lot of products you've
Oh.
endorsed have that tagline, and it hasn't
I
always
want it
worked.
in me and I want it on me.
Yeah.
It is become sort of my signature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the car,
And it's the
bullshit,
car
that
thing,
didn't work.
Yeah, because
Why?
you should be on. It should be on you in terms of you're sitting in it, but it shouldn't be in you with all
No,
those
if
splinters
it's
and all those
in you,
spears.
that's a bad sign that there's been a terrible, terrible accident.
However, it worked great for the toothpicks. The second part, not the first part.
But yeah,
True.
but then all those kids start swallowing all those
It's
toothpicks.
true. That was
Yeah,
not great.
That was a PR disaster.
Yeah.
I really need this to work out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I really need this one to work
We
out.
need you to
But-
stop doing these decisions without speaking to your bank manager
Yeah.
first.
He keeps calling me. It's annoying at this point.
He's worried.
Dark,
He's just a buzzkill.
Dark.
I have a lot of great ideas, and he's always like, "Don't do it."
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
like,
"Ugh,
no, but
downer."
you say that he's a buzzkill, but that one time that he was like, stop trying to send your money to an African prince. This man is not a real man. And you were like, no, he's a great
You're
guy.
right.
We've been
But
emailing
he's my
backwards and
friend.
forwards. Yeah.
He's
okay.
a good man.
He was, as correctly stated, this was a spam email that dropped into your junk email box, okay?
It wasn't a spam. He just has trouble with the English language, and he needed a little help.
He's not got the domain quality
because
to
the
drop into
grammar-
the inbox. I get it.
You said it was
It's like-
clearly a bot. No, he just needs someone to get him over here so that he can give me the money that is actually locked up in his bank account.
Yeah, you see that whole scheme never made any sense to me because the whole thing was you give me the money so I come over there and I
Yeah.
unlock my
It's
bank
in
account.
a
that's
Driftwood
there.
bank account. He can't get to it. If I can just get him here, he can get that money and we can be friends. It's not about the money. It's about friendship.
Well, when you put it that way,
Yeah, now I feel
still
bad.
no.
Yeah. No, but I feel bad. That's kind
Okay,
of where
focus
that
on the
is.
feeling bad because that I feel like gets me more where I
Okay.
want to be.
Well, I think we should let's take a break and think about the bad.
Okay, but worst case scenario, if this doesn't work out, then I've got a whole bunch of cheese extract and distillations that I probably could use as some sort of like biological weapons or like space, fire drills to like get people out of a building,
Yeah,
stuff like that. We can repurpose this. Much
Sure.
like the splinters, I think we can
you can pivot.
pivot with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give myself a lot of room to go.
Well, we'll look forward to that. And we're back. Hello again. Hi, Dirk. Hi, Penny.
Hi.
Again.
Hey,
Don't usually say hi when we're back from a short break, but
It's
sometimes
nice.
we do.
it's cordial. I like it.
Yeah.
Just checking in.
Well, we have a big story came
Oh,
in today.
boy.
What's that?
Well, you guys know the greatest and most famous painting in all of Driftwoodian history, the Medusa Lisa, which has been found now after going missing from the Door Museum in New Derrick 2 years ago. They found it. They found
Thank
the Medusa
goodness.
Lisa.
Interesting that it
Finally.
disappeared for so long.
I know.
It's true.
Well, now we know more of the story because no one knew where the painting, also known as La Sirena, was painted by. I have a really long copy here about this. I am really
Please,
sorry.
we need to know every detail.
That's cool.
Bench.
You
There's-
keep talking. I'm just gonna take a little sip of water while you.
So a little bit of history about La Sirena. It was a painting by famed artist and scientist Leonardo da Fisci from the Fisci Peninsula in the south of Driftwood Islands. So it turns out that this painting was stolen by a Fisci nationalist who wanted to return her to her home. And he apparently hid in the bathroom of the Door Museum until it closed, pretending to take, quote, a massive stinky shit. That's a quote. Don't language me. That's a quote. That's what he said.
If you wanted to cover that up, I have some products that he would be interested in.
That might be
And
a
then he
better
would have been
pivot for
able
you with
to-
this, honestly.
He would have been able to make a clean getaway.
Covering up other scents and or crimes might be a really good angle for you to offload some of that. Anyway, he then took La Sirena off the wall and hid her in his home for 2 years, only being caught now while trying to sell her to the Fisci Museum of Art and Fisci.
Mm.
She's
I
been
feel-
found.
I feel like fishy was said so many times there. I really lost track of what was going on.
So hard to follow for you.
I was like, wait, person, place.
Well, it's the south of the island. You
I know,
always
I
look
never
down
go
at
there.
their like
Never go there. But it's
Roman
just-
nomenclature.
Land.
It just felt like the word was mentioned so many times. I was like, wait, person, place, who? But no, that's good that they've got it. It's good that it's back. Please for them.
That's Penny's assessment.
Please for them. Cool.
Good that it's back.
It's a huge
That's quite a
deal.
heist. That's quite a heist
Right?
as well.
I mean, it's a huge deal if you like art, isn't it?
do you not like art?
I don't know if I like this particular branch of art.
You don't like that one? Why
It
not?
is like everyone considers the Medusa Lisa as like the.
It's one of the
art.
Driftwood masterpieces.
I don't know if I
one
like-
of the few Driftwood masterpieces.
Can
it
we-
looks like
can we
all of her
just-
tentacles are looking at you at the same time.
Yeah, but can we
Mhm.
just finally admit that it is a parody painting of the Mona Lisa?
What?
Like, can we not just like the famous Mona Lisa? It's
Oh
a
no, I know the
parody.
Mona Lisa.
Yeah, like it's a parody painting. Like it's a joke version of it. And like
Joke version.
I
It's an
wouldn't call it a
improvement.
joke. It's an adaptation.
It's like
You know, Shakespeare never wrote an original play. All of them are adapted from other stories. Like this is an
Yeah.
adaptation of the same source material.
and people use that source material to create new and better plays.
Exactly.
sure, but it looks
So
like
it's like it's an improvement on.
Yeah,
you know
but-
how comedy like evolves, like different type of art forms evolve. So you have to walk before you run. The Mona Lisa walked,
It's
so the Medusa Lisa could run.
It's a reboot. It's a legacy sequel. It's for a new generation.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like it looks like they've literally just traced it and put some snakes on her head.
Again, you say that like
but
that's
it's
a
like
bad
you
thing.
say that as though it's like diminutive in some
Yeah.
way. It's an evolution of art.
Is it an evolution?
Have you seen like modern art?
Have you seen modern art?
I've seen modern.
There's a cool dot in the middle of a canvas.
That's
modern
cool.
art.
That's modern. That's art.
It's an evolution.
Yeah, that's the evolution of art.
Because there was a
People-
painting that was a bit of canvas with no dot in the middle of it,
Yeah, people used to do paintings of like ships and horses and
which symbolized cat.
exactly all sorts of things like that.
Wait,
Now
the
they
horse
do-
didn't
Horses symbolize
symbolize
ships,
ships.
ships
It
symbolize
cats. Yeah.
Precisely. But
And then if a cat's in a painting, it symbolizes death.
Yes.
mhm,
And if death is in a painting, that symbolizes dog.
mhm, the circle, the
And if a
artistic,
dog-
the Driftwood artistic circle.
And if a dog is in a painting, it symbolizes difficult political wranglings.
Yes.
That's shorthand in
Mhm.
Driftwood. Everyone understands that.
Mayors.
Yes, but it's an evolution. People used to do those things. They painted those things. Now they paint a swab of a particular color that's interesting and
Right.
different. And now that's the thing.
And now
So
that's the thing.
That's the thing.
And that doesn't make it any less than what came
it's
before.
more
it.
art than that.
Aren't you
It's
not
more
just
art.
like a joke parody of your parents' DNA?
I mean, you could.
Good point, Bench. Bravo.
Okay, but this one does at the bottom in the same font as the Joker film series has say Medusa Lisa, like in the bottom, like they
Yeah, it's
in that.
multimedia.
you know.
They're
But
bringing in
also,
different influences.
This
They're
is
making
an
it more
older-
elaborate.
This is an older painting. I'm pretty sure that the whoever did the Joker movie stole that from
I don't know. The
Medusa.
Joker
do you
films are
think?
pretty old.
Are they?
They're pretty old.
Which
films.
ones are you talking about?
Oh, the last batch. They're real old when you think about it.
Which one?
Last
Who?
one coming in October.
The guy. Okay, so the guy was pretending
God.
to be a clown prince of crime.
It is kind of messed up when you think about it. He
That
thinks
one.
that crime is funny.
Never saw it.
No.
And he laughs a lot. That one.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
Guy
kind
laughing
of,
a- guy laughing a bunch.
Yeah, he seems a hoot.
Presumably, there's funny things happening that he is then laughing and reacting to.
Sometimes I think he's just
Some-
got a real dark sense of humor. Sometimes, you know.
Again, I don't want to make this a thing, but it is. You talk your opinion about again people from the south of the island has been often very low,
Yeah,
and this is
You
They suck.
said that too, Rhett.
I don't want
We-
to make
Penny,
any
suck.
accusation.
Penny, we
Okay.
have listeners from all over the Isles.
yeah, and they know they
Wait.
suck. The
Okay,
south one.
this is
The opinions of Penny are not the opinions of Good Morning Driftwood. I feel obligated to
Yep.
say that now.
also
we
you
love our
can't say
southern listeners.
The south ones. That's not. I don't feel comfortable with that necessarily.
The south ones.
Yeah,
Okay, the people from the south.
you
It
say
doesn't
that
make it a
like-
lot better, Bench. It's
No.
weird that you took issue with that
I
particular
don't-
phrasing.
I don't know.
She's articulating that
It
she
was-
thinks they suck. I feel like that's what we should be
Okay,
focusing
let's
on and
focus
like
on that
and
'cause that's
addressing
not great.
and kind of yeah.
Let's not
Yeah,
talk
that
about
why do you think they suck?
Because they just so many things about them. Like, first
Such
of all,
as
this art. Come on. They field terrible sport teams.
That is true.
They think they run the island.
Most people think they field terrible sports teams because no one can get an actual. There's too much swampland that dominates, so they can't actually get like a full
grip on the ground.
Football pitch or a basketball court. The land just doesn't stay.
The land
keep
takes
saying
it
that,
down.
like, oh, if we practice in these conditions, then when we're on solid lands, it's going to be easier. But
That's
they just never get
absolute
to
nonsense.
practice. It does not work.
It's
Absolutely
not how it
nonsense.
goes at all. They're just worse at the sports.
They are. I
Yeah.
The
agree with
subway
that.
doesn't go south of the river either, so that's kind of annoying.
That's true.
That's like real annoying.
If you live
know.
there, I guess.
Yeah, like there's barely any
But
cover.
again, it's because of the swamps. The
It's
land
really hard
is
to
not
dig.
hard enough to support a
Yeah.
tunnel, so just can't do it.
I get it that it would just be a real wet
You know
tunnel.
what? This kind of makes sense. Penny's kind of winning me over.
Wait, are you now going to the side of
It
hitting
just
people from a
kinda
specific
sucks.
region? I mean, I'm not.
It
Yeah.
does. I don't like going down there.
That's fair to say about like a geographical area that you don't like. My problem is,
But
kind
if
of
you're from a place that sucks, like
You kind of
that
suck.
you probably
different.
suck.
That I
and
don't
like,
agree
does
with.
the place suck, or is it that everyone there sucks, and then that makes the place like what came first?
That's true.
The place sucking or the people sucking?
If they were awesome people, then maybe we'd think like the
It was an
swamps were
awesome
cool,
place. Yeah.
and that it's cool that they don't have a subway that goes past the river,
I don't
and
think
that
we'd
it's
think
cool
that.
that they're bad at sports. Maybe we'd think that they're like cool for all that stuff if
Yeah.
they were just like cool people, but they're not.
I don't know why you're trying to defend them. You're not even from there either.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm from here. I'm from New Derrick, but I don't know. I don't have the same hatred.
I wouldn't
I don't
say
know.
it's,
I
that's
have no
putting
hate in my
strong
heart.
words. That's
I don't
putting
think
strong words
enough-
in our mouth.
I don't think enough about them, or I cannot
That's
even
even
begin
worse.
to bring
That's
myself to hate them.
worse.
Like that would take a level of effort that I just don't have for them.
Yeah. Penelope doesn't respect them enough to hate
No.
them.
I think you're correct with that, and that's sad.
Like, tell them a gig. Tell you
Okay.
what, see next time
Well-
they do better at basketball, come phone me and I'll reconsider.
Ooh.
Okay, Penelope, can I just?
Yeah.
If you don't want to air this on the air, then just tell me and we'll stop. But I need to know. Is this about Chuck?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. It's not
How-
about him. Or don't bring this up now.
Absolutely. How dare you bring this up?
He was such a stereotype of.
He was a classic Southern man.
Classic.
South Driftwood
Classic.
fella.
And you know what?
Broke your heart.
You know what? We all have mistakes. We all have mistakes in our past. I'm so sorry. I think the mayor just licked my leg. We have a special guest visitor today. The
Yeah.
mayor is in the building, and I
Um,
think the mayor might just have licked my leg.
We should catch our listeners up. James Volvo. So regular listeners would have heard the debate between the representatives for James Volvo,
James that
the
wants
Cocker
Valley Rods.
Spaniel, and Giggles, the Lhasa Apso, who were the candidates for mayor. Ultimately, the campaign managers came together for a romantic relationship. This was marked as collusion, legally speaking, in favor of Giggles, and therefore Giggles was disqualified, and James Volvo became mayor by default. And we're lucky enough that Mayor James Volvo seems to really enjoy the studio and comes around all the time, but he...
Sometimes we'll be honest, Alan, who was James Volvo's campaign manager, just kind of like opens the door to the studio, lets James run in, and then closes the door and walks away.
Yeah.
Almost
He's
like we're babysitting.
He's a real
Yeah.
enigmatic... Alan is a very
Yeah.
enigmatic fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we just end up kind of dog sitting. Like, I mean, it's kind of our fault that people know we're here at set times, so they
That's
think
a
they
good
can
point.
just
Yeah, it's true.
And we're not going to let the recording be interrupted by anything.
No,
so
never.
We would never, we can't go, oh, hold on, wait a minute, not really the time.
I think also they were thinking that the mayor might get along with Dolma, who's also in the studio, but
Absolutely
Dolma
not.
just seems passed out. I think she's just having a little nap.
Yeah. And
but
I don't
it's
think...
non-reactive.
Yeah, and I don't think Dolma
Dolma, my dog, of
registers.
course.
Yes, Dolma, Bench's dog, who seems to have a lot of problems. It's just kind of a blob of a dog who doesn't seem to eat
No,
or
she's
ever
well.
or drink or
She seems
do anything that it would indicate that she is alive.
She eats.
Okay, then
Question mark?
And what do you mean? And then what?
I've never seen her. Goes right. You've never
You've
taken
never
her out
seen
for the
her poop?
restroom? No, I've never seen her have. She
Have you
seems to
seen
live
me?
here all the time.
Have you seen
No,
Penny
but I've
poop?
seen you go to the bathroom. Dolma just here all the time.
but you're not.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
She can go when we are not here.
Why is she still here when we're not here?
Yeah.
She likes it.
Also,
Doesn't she go home?
there's the closed circuit television. Sometimes I like to check on the studio because I miss it here. She's always here, even at nighttime.
And she doesn't move. She's a still blob
And
to the point that I thought she was like an image that was burned into the monitor.
Yeah, she stares at the camera a lot.
We don't
as
need
well,
to litigate
with
my dog.
big dead eyes. And also, James doesn't seem to register her as a dog.
No, that's concerning for
Yeah.
James.
No, I think it's more concerning for Dolma, because James just kind of, James really loves socks and bringing socks to people.
James has a lot of energy right now.
James has a lot of energy right now. Yeah, Dolma, I think is getting overpowered here as the studio pup with James Volvo.
There's room for both, and
There
my
is,
heart and
because
in the
Dolma
studio.
doesn't take up a lot of space or do anything.
Well, I don't like this line of talking at all.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So the painting is back.
Great.
That's
Good.
good.
Fantastic.
Good for them.
Guess we'll go to a break.
It's I do. We know he broke your heart, Penny. This man from South Driftwood. I don't think, now that we've gotten to the bottom of it, I don't think it's fair to take that out on the entire populace of South Driftwood. But at the same time, they kind of suck.
They kind of suck.
And we're back. Penny.
Yes?
I'm
so
sorry.
It's
The
really
mayor is
difficult.
back.
The mayor is...
It feels like the mayor needs to make a statement. Hi. Hello, Mr. Mayor. You want to get up here?
Be careful.
No? Okay, that's okay. I don't know if our listeners can see the mayor. I think they can see the mayor.
Not really.
I don't think they can.
They won't be
Oh.
able to because of the placements of things.
Mr. Mayor.
Let's keep talking.
Let's keep
I
talking.
just feel like this is going to be a couple minutes of just someone trying to wrangle the mayor
Yeah.
into a camera frame.
Yeah.
While the rest
Let's
of us
continue.
watch.
Let's continue.
We will move along.
Continue with the news.
You okay?
I have a cough.
Mm.
That's the news.
Bench.
That's
Carry
news.
us onward.
Well, Penny, here's the thing. I don't know. Do you want to talk about Chuck, or do you want to move on? Because we kind of left that, I feel, in the air.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was really definitive when both of us said people from the South kind of suck.
Yeah,
that
no, I'm
was-
not
That is
relitigating
settled,
that.
That felt like that was a real settled thing for me. I mean, I don't know what Chuck's up to. I don't care to learn what Chuck's up to. Chuck can go to hell for all I care. Sucks to suck. What can I say? That guy sucks.
That's pretty definitive.
Thank
pretty
you.
definitive.
Yeah.
I know
Alright.
that that's exactly the same as the statement that I put out on my Instagram.
That is exactly the
You did
word
release
you
a
used.
press release that just said "sucks to suck."
Sucks to suck.
You called a whole cohort of newsmen.
They said it was not enough of a statement for a full press conference, but I beg to differ.
You insisted,
Yeah.
and then I believe the only question was, "Is that all?"
And then I dropped the microphone and I walked out the room.
That was a cool move. That,
Cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to see you drop a mic.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're definitely not going to get back together. Not really
What
feeling it.
Are you seeing anyone presently?
No, I kind of been like, I mean, you're not going to like it.
Okay,
I feel like I
Well,
know where
I'm not
that is
gonna
going.
lie.
It's more
I
of
have
a
no
like
idea where this is going.
the situationship with Jack's kind of back on the table.
Oh
I
God,
figured.
For being honest, like
it's my brother Jack Wiley. He is I guess some would call him movie star on the island.
Most-
Hollywood heartthrob
And-
hunk. The biggest deal to come out of Driftwood.
Good guy.
Good guy,
And-
all
that-
around great.
Like a real
Great
mensch.
guy.
Like
Now
a-
that I definitely know to be false, but I guess some people believe that if they don't believe that. And Penelope, I guess, has had communications with him in the past,
He's doing great.
and
he's doing great,
that's
yeah, yeah.
evolving. You're saying?
Yeah. Well, we're not like putting a label on it. We're not dating as such. It's just, like if he needs a date for a screening or I
Oscars?
need a date, it was a good time.
Did you
It was a
go?
real
You
good
went
time.
to the Oscars.
Oh
yeah,
my
do you know what?
gosh.
One thing I would say, long. Ugh,
Hmm.
so long.
Did you see a
Yeah, well,
Sandman?
any time that you spend with Jack, it just feels like it just drags on forever. You know what I mean?
What I would say though is he bought all the drinks, not just for me, but for the whole production team behind.
He bought the drink. That's so show off.
Behind his Oscar-nominated film. Like I was really impressed. And also he bought all the drinks for one of the nominated documentary teams was sitting behind us, and they were like a real low-budget documentary. So he made sure he like kept them and champagne for the film night. That was real sweet of him to do. Like such a class act.
What was the documentary?
The documentary, it was looking at fishing stocks in a series of seas across the world and seeing if comparisons also relate to the changes in the stock market. So it was like fish stocks for stocks.
That feels like that's important work, and he shouldn't be getting people drunk who need to remain attuned to fish stocks.
Well, I mean, if it's a celebration of the finished work,
dangerous.
That's kind of a thing. But no, he's doing great. He sends his regards.
Did you guys go to In-N-Out?
We didn't because we went to the Vanity Fair after party, and then by the time we came out of there, In-N-Out was shut. So but like they already get catered. Believe In-N-Out catered that party anyway. So I didn't have any of it because you know how it is. You dress be tight.
Dress be tight.
Dress be tight.
That's another one of your slogans.
Dress be tight. Sometimes
sucks to suck and dress be tight.
Dress be tight.
That's really most of your social media presence is those two posts.
But yeah, it was a really enjoyable time. I had a great time. I think, I don't know, we'll see. Like I'm not putting a label on it. He's not putting a label on it. It's real chill. But
that's
honestly,
good, so you can get out of there whenever you want.
Or really commit. You just don't quite know which way it's gonna go.
Well, it probably should only go one way, considering.
Oh, you want me to commit? That's
no, I think you should probably cut it off because he's.
You guys will be siblings-in-law. That's sweet.
Imagine that.
Well, I don't mind that.
Oh,
that would be
sweet.
That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah.
You know what?
Oh my God, he's about to say a nice thing about Jack.
Oh my God.
I'll say, if you like him and the fact that he likes you, I think indicates.
I don't know if this is a sentence anymore.
He's getting there.
That maybe he.
Oh, he's
come
buffering.
on! You got it, buddy.
Can't be all bad.
That's incredible. That's.
I think if we play that back, we might be able to find a sentence in there.
Okay, I think we need to deliver some CPR to Dirk right now. We're gonna go after a very quick word from our sponsors. Good morning. We have to. Good Morning Driftwood is brought to you by the sun. The sun. It's good.
Oh my God, breathe.
That's it. Go out in the sun, you filthy animals. See some water. Look at the sky. Life is but a fleeting collection of breaths, and if you don't stop to look around, you'll forget what matters to you and who you are. All we have is this moment and the people.
Zach Stewart,
and
Hotchkiss, and Daniel Kvoras. Engineered and produced by Zach Stewart. Music by Daniel Kvoras.